I put 2 teams together to make the best website by the end of the day. But check this, the winner is gonna get $2,000 and every single Friday off for the next month. At the end of the day, Dr. Coppola from Center Street Family Dental is gonna pick one website that he really likes, and that's gonna be the winning team. We started by interviewing Dr. Coppola at Center Street Family Dental, gathering photos, videos, and text, and giving those assets to the 2 teams that they could both use to make the perfect website. We started off by breaking the 2 teams into 2 separate groups and giving them 60 minutes to plan out their 8-hour day on how they're gonna make the best winning website.
All right. This really is only different from our normal process in that we are very crunched for time.
If we could somehow get a design of like what the outside of his office looks like, because it's like a house.
Typically we have a week or more to do what we're doing in one day.
It's the first time we're all talking about the client together. So it's really cool to see who comes up with what.
Oh my gosh, Colleen. What is it?
A quote from Superman.
Colleen coming in.
Thank you!
I really think one strong image will win him over. He doesn't want anything moving.
He likes comics, he likes sports, he likes video games. Which I feel like he's right up your alley, Rob.
But I think he's talking that pastel-y, that sea foamy.
I think it's just good to stay away from blue and green like altogether.
Once the 2 teams had a chance to strategize, I thought of the perfect way on how to shake things up. I took one person from each team and switched them to the next team after they were done strategizing. Here's what happened.
So the 2 teams have had time to strategize, which is amazing. We're going to do our first switch up. We're gonna move Julie Pesh and Rachel Stack, and they're gonna swap onto the other teams. And they spent time coming up with strategy, so now they're gonna be able to leak that strategy to the other team or do whatever they see fit with it. Paul's gonna have 2 hours to work on the other team, and he's gonna time that 2 hours to do some of the creative assets and elements for them. All right, guys, get to it.
Bye, guys.
What just happened is that Rachel and I had to switch teams.
This is testing collaboration.
Yeah.
To the max.
It is, but the whole strategy was placed with that person in mind.
That's the whole point.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's a little frustrating just because I feel like we feeling good about our strategy. I just kind of have to like reset my mindset and be like, okay, all in on this team now. She found a picture on Dr. Coppola's Instagram of him as Superman, and she like made a graphic.
This team, before we did the switch, they already decided with the entire planning hour exactly what they were gonna do with their time. So I'm basically just taking over what Julie was supposed to do. I gave them all my ideas, and now I feel like whatever team I'm gonna be on, I have to give my ideas.
Love working with Julie. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love working with Rachel, and she had some really great ideas. What I'm afraid of now is that the ideas that she gave me, she's gonna pass on to the other team.
The idea that I told Rachel that we could still go with is like your neighborhood dentist, like your friendly neighborhood dentist.
I think it's gonna be really interesting to see which he likes more, because both are very different kind of feel and like look and feel kind of thing, but they're also both things he's interested in, so it should be cool.
The 2 teams had time to eat some wonderful Nardelli's, one of my favorite grinder shops. Now we're gonna get back into the website build. Team Black will actually get to use Paul for 2 hours, so another creative designer, and be able to make some of their designs a lot quicker. So let's get to it.
We're trying to think about everything that Dr. Coppola had expressed to us that he likes.
I like kind of earthy tones, simplicity, hometown feel, not too noisy.
Minimalistic and cozy and rustic.
Bring the practice into the 21st century.
Pictures. Oh, there's the Wonder Woman. Let's see what she's saying.
I think that it's really interesting to see the dynamic and like the differences between what was being created with the other team and then kind of already having a short glimpse of what's going on here.
If we have Paul's illustration here, and maybe just 2, maybe not 3, and then we do the sign that says prospect and the Scrabble letters.
Yeah, Paul's been a huge help. We're having him design a lot of custom graphics. We think that's what his strength is for this particular scenario.
All right, guys, stop working. Pause your phones so they
Use their time.
In the middle of the day, I tried to switch back the 2 content team players, and let's just say they weren't having it.
We're gonna do another power session, except this time, the content team that switched is going to reverse back to their original teams.
What's my motivation now for
like for morale, for me and her, it's like,
So like
you don't even basically have a team.
Right. I spent most of the day working on one project and then I swap, and then the team that I go to wins, then I won for not doing work on their project.
As unfairness to 2 people who busted their butts trying to help whatever team they were on to then have to.
We're all busting our butts.
We are, but
It's not just the two teams. We could just keep the same teams until the end and then just keep the teams the same. Would that make everybody feel more comfortable?
well, that doesn't seem to be what you want, though. You want to make it a little more exciting.
It's too late. Can't get excited.
This is heartening. Don't you want to create bonds with your team and work together? And then it's like we're kind of like the missing piece that's not really on a team. We've been just switching around the whole time.
It's really difficult to put a lot of time into a project and then switch and feel like you put in all this work, but like now you're on a different team. I don't want to win on a project I didn't work on.
If we switched back and Rachel came over here and then we lost, Rachel lost for no reason.
Right.
You know, she put in all her work and like she didn't get the reward.
Say that I went back to the other team that I didn't even really put any work into. I put idea investment in, but I didn't actually put like sweat equity in. I would feel guilty if I won.
You
if
feel
we had
guilty
done
if
the
you
switch,
won, but you'd be pissed if you lost too.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Like
it would be
it's a
both.
no-win situation.
It was,
really.
yeah.
We tried. Listen, we tried. Didn't work. We tried.
In the hallway, I'm like, do we tell the other team what we just, my ideas, or do I not tell them my ideas?
I thought the switchback would be like, oh shit, but it was like an extra.
We're getting late here. We're losing daylight by the second. It's getting tiring. At this point, we're really sweating it out. We're really grinding.
With about 2 hours left, I let the two teams spy on each other's websites for 60 seconds. This is going to allow them to see what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. So it's 4:30. Two captains look at each other's, look at the competing team's website. We're gonna give you 1 minute. We're gonna start with the magenta team. And go ahead.
Okay.
From what Jenna said about the other site, the color palette is very different from what we're using. He's looking for this more light kind of beigey tones rather than dark browns.
We had an idea to incorporate an old, like, historic-looking map. When I was checking their website for the time that I had, they had the exact same map on there in a different fashion, but still the exact same map. And I knew it right when I saw it.
I do think that ours looks better from an aesthetic standpoint. It's more on brand with what Dr. Coppola wants.
We got to trust our own judgment. Maybe they'll like this, maybe they won't, but we're gonna make it look professional. And then if they don't like it, we can always change it later. In this case, it's a competition. We can't do that, so we got to trust ourselves even harder than that.
At about 6 o'clock, Dr. Coppola showed up and he was ready to see the websites that the two teams made. Parker and Jenna, the two captains, played a game of rock, paper, scissors to see who was gonna go first. Here's what the presentation sounded like.
Dr. Coppola, welcome. The teams worked very hard today. They're gonna show you each of their designs, and they're gonna have 10 minutes to show you.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Oh! This is the hero shot right off the bat. This is the slogan that we went with, Modern Dentistry with Hometown Charm. We thought that really conveyed the message right away of what we're trying to do and what we want you to appear as. You scroll a lot, but you know, the scrolling generation right now, it's nothing to them. TikTok, they're scrolling all day. You'd rather have more on there than not, and we tried to keep it as much as we could onto this page without having to make more pages and make more people click through more pages on the website. So, yeah, that's our website.
Nice job.
This is the homepage, so this is what people would see when they land on your website. We wanted to highlight you are prospects' favorite family dentist because that was really something that resonated with us when you told us your story. Do you like this section so far? Great, let's keep going. And then there's just a little bit blurb here about your practice. Do you like that? And you like the sign here? We really wanted to play off of your comic book themes that you have there, and then also a dental league of our own. We were pretty proud of that one. And that's it.
After the two teams got to present, I kicked them out of the room, and Dr. Coppola was about to tell me secretly and privately what his pick was.
The big answer, the question, and the thing now is which one are you gonna go with?
Decided to go with the first website. I liked the redundancy, where even if I click on services, I can still see information about the office and that sort of thing. I really like that.
I love the hand-drawn stuff that they got.
I do too, yeah. They're both nice. They're both way nicer than what we had.
Tell me a little bit about what you did like about the second one.
I appreciate the idea of adding a little bit of color into it, but I think the green did pull me a little bit away from it.
Awesome. Well, we have our pick. All right, so Dr. Coppola made his pick. You know, I was surprised. I think everybody else is surprised. We're all gonna be surprised because we all wanna win. He did end up going with Team Black. So on the Team Black side, he really liked the drawings and the illustrations. It really made it feel custom and hometown, and he liked the formality and the consistency of the repetition. So when he went on another page, he saw similar information because things are hard to find nowadays on websites. That was his explanation for it. It was very hard for him to pick from Team Magenta because he really, really liked the reviews widget. He really liked the way the page was structured, the way the page was laid out, and some of the other things that he highlighted as well in terms of the text and the gradients and the hero shot. I wanted to thank everybody for participating and give ourselves a round of applause.
After Dr. Coppola made his pick, we took elements from both sites, made it into one, published it live on his domain. He was thrilled. Here's what he said on a Google review. As for the website, it met all of my expectations and beyond. They took into consideration all my preferences as to how I wanted the site to aesthetically look and how patients are going to interact with it. I'm very satisfied with the final product. And of course, I was thrilled by this Google review because it showed that our team can make a website that would normally take us 6 to 8 weeks to make in one day, and they were at 50% of the capacity. So if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to share it with somebody who needs to see it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.